Welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about why Halong Bay is a must visit. And we're going to tell you how to do Halong Bay in what we consider to be the best way.
Yes, it's very easy to combine with other North Vietnam sites like Hanoi and Sapa.
Yeah.
And Sapa is up in the mountains.
Yes. So if you're doing a North Vietnam tour or maybe an all of Vietnam tour, you can throw Halong Bay in there and really don't come here and skip Halong Bay. It would be a mistake. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is stunningly beautiful. It doesn't matter what time of year, unless it's completely fogged in, you will see a site that you just don't see everywhere else.
Although I will say something, don't expect to see the 1,600 of rocks they have in that area.
it is massive. And even out on the boat, you only see a small piece of them.
Mm-hmm.
So how many days do you really need to spend in Halong Bay?
I think, honestly, you just need between 2 or 3 days is plenty to do the activities that you will enjoy it. And well, all depend also of the time of the year that you come over here.
Yeah, obviously it's on the water. If here like we were in March, the water's a little cold. It's not really swimming weather unless you stay in a nice hotel that has a warm pool. But if you're coming here for the cruise, whether you do a day cruise, a night cruise, or a multi-night cruise, you really don't need a lot of other time in the area of Halong Bay itself. Now, there are some other areas nearby, like you probably have heard of Cat Ba Island, which is just south. It's part of the same bay structure, so it has all the same rocks, but it's not the infrastructure of Halong Bay with the big cruise ships and everything else. It's much more day boats going out for diving, snorkeling, kayaking, more water sport activities.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you want to stay? Well, to make it easy, Halong Bay, the marina is downtown, just to the south side of the main bridge in town. So you can pretty much divide the city up into north and south. The south end is where more of the luxury properties are. And they are doing an incredible amount of development down there. So there is construction everywhere. There are thousands and thousands of condo and townhouse units being built. The town itself at that point is more of the old town. It's kind of meh. There's not a lot to do there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you cross over the bridge into the downtown area, there is a lot more to do. There's a mall. It's okay. But there's also the Sun World theme park,
which is stunning,
Yep.
beautiful, and I mean, I cannot say enough things about that park. I was very impressed.
Now, we're not talking about the water slide rides part of the park, because that's not us. You might like that as well, but we're talking about the other side. You take a cable car from the downtown up onto the other side of the bay, and up on this hill, they build pagodas and all this almost historical theme park type of environment. It is really, really cool. It's definitely worth a few hours of your time. It is included in essentially the cable car ticket. Much like the Bana Hills Golden Hands Bridge is included in the Sun World purchase down there in Da Nang, or down there in Da Nang. But yeah, so that part is definitely worth a visit on whatever day you're not cruising, whether it's the day you arrive. We did the evening cable car at sunset. Gorgeous.
Yeah, I recommend that.
Yeah.
It's stunning. The view is amazing.
Plus the temperature drops as the sun goes down, which is really nice if it's a hot day.
Yeah.
So we recommend to be towards the northern end, unless you were coming like we did for the resort aspect of it. We actually stayed at a resort down at the southern end, and we have a whole separate video to talk about that, and we'll mention it here in a few minutes. But it was really nice because we're less sleep on the boat cruise people. We're more of the, stay at a resort.
Yes. And, going in the cruise, it was kind of fun, but I get really dizzy when I start to move a lot.
Yeah. Some people are just not built for ships.
Yeah.
So why do people come here beyond the fact that it is this gorgeous UNESCO heritage site? Well, obviously you come here to cruise. I don't know really why you would come here if you weren't at least interested in it, going out for a few hours to see the rocks up close. They are that stunning.
Mm-hmm.
The other part is, the cable car and the Sun World. It's a fun activity. Definitely makes part of a good day. The other thing is, it's obviously a water sport haven, being a bay with 1,600 islands, and you can kayak around them, take speedboats. You can, I'm sure there's lots of other activities out there. People dive and snorkel and fish and all sorts of stuff. So
Also to go to see the caves because some of the rocks have a big in between, big caves and small caves and very small caves.
yes,
I cannot do that.
yep. So there's lots of fun things for you to do here. But again, you don't need a lot of days to do those things unless that's your idea of fun. If you love kayaking, it's a gorgeous place to spend several days in kayak. Though I would recommend maybe you consider Cat Island just from getting away from some of the big cruise ships and crowds. And then the last thing is you just come to relax like we did. We spent a good day just at the resort, relaxing and enjoying a stunningly beautiful area. So the main thing, of course, is cruising, and there are different options. Now, this is not your 14-night cruise across the Atlantic or Pacific Ocean. We're talking a couple of days, a couple of nights, at most. Probably the most popular one for people who enjoy sleeping on boats is 3 days, 2 nights. And the reason it's more popular is when you do it, you have a full day in between. So day 1, you arrive at noon. Day 3, you get off at noon. So you only have partial days those days. But you have that middle day. That day 2 is full, and it's all activities, and they give you lots of options for whether you want to kayak or get in a different type of boat or do, swimming, go to the islands and do some hiking or whatever. There's lots of options.
Yep. I think, it's very interesting how many cruise companies are in town and how many boats you can see, but you can find from the smallest that you can even imagine to the very big ones in luxury.
Yeah, when we say big ones, we're talking hundreds of people, not thousands. These are not cruise ships that go out in the ocean. These are, ships meant to go around the bay. And so what do you expect to pay for a, 3-day, 2-night cruise? And really, from the budget standpoint, you can get down there in the few $100s. But in the boat that we would like to be on, and that's why we think you're probably watching us, is, we're talking more about semi-luxury to luxury. And those are $500 or $1,000 per person for those 3 nights, because you're getting a place to sleep, really good food is all included, everything but a few, the higher end drinks are included, all your activities are included.
Party is included because especially in the weekend, they have big parties on those boats. You can see the lights going on and on and on and on.
Yes, there are. So then the next option is one less day, the 2 days, 1 night. And the reason that is if you're time limited, you can do it. And if you really don't want all the amenities of being on the boat, you don't have a whole day, it's great. You get to see everything and you get a little more time and you get that 1 night on the boat. But you get a half a day the first day, or a little over half a day the first day, and then a very short period in the morning the second day for like one activity, and then the breakfast and the cruise back. So if you're short on time and you don't really want to be out that long, great way to see it. Value-wise, I don't think it's quite as good a value because you're paying a lot to be on the boat for that 1 night. You're generally spending in the $300 to $500 a person for the 1 night. And to me, that adds up to a lot. So I don't kind of see that as a sweet spot, but a lot of people really enjoy it because they don't want to spend, 3 days out of their 2-week vacation.
Yes. And another thing is some people, we have noticed that some people, instead of staying in a hotel, they come and stay in the boat for 2-3 days and just enjoy the boat all the time. Yeah,
it is considered essentially a day trip from Hanoi. It's about a 2.5-hour drive down to get here. A lot of the cruises just include transportation in they call it limo, but it's a van, or you can get upgrade to a private car, and they bring you right to the boat. They put you on the boat, they pick you up at the end of it and drive you back to Hanoi, because that's where most people fly in and out of. You can obviously make other arrangements to go if you're going up to another part of the coast or down, or you're going to get to the airport and fly to another part of Vietnam. All those things are available. But if you're just talking like going from Hanoi to Halong Bay for a couple of days, it's a great way to do it. Sign up for a cruise, get your transportation as part of it, do the whole package thing.
Yep.
Now, the other choice, and the one we made, was the day cruise. Because, again, we'd rather sleep in a nice hotel than on a boat, even a nice boat. So there are some great value in those, and there's a wide range. Those luxury ships also go day cruises some days of the week, and so you can pay anywhere from lower end $30 per person to $75 to $100 per person for the luxury ones. That includes lunch, all the activities, all your fees, everything except drinks. And just to put it in perspective, we spent about $20 for drinks during our day cruise that we were out for 6.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad for, a couple Cokes, couple coffees, and a glass of wine with lunch. So what did we do? We chose to come down for 4 days because that was the gap in our calendar. Because if you watch our channel, if you see, we stay at IHGs, we do points awards, which means we get fourth night free, which means we stay in blocks of 4 nights.
Mm-hmm.
So we came down for 4 full nights, probably one more than we needed, but we chose to stay at a very nice resort. And in fact, it's considered probably the best resort in Halong Bay, the Van Pearl.
It's stunning.
Yeah, it's absolutely worth it. The value, if this was a resort in the Caribbean or Mexico or Europe, you'd be in the $500, $800, $1,000 a night easy.
Mm-hmm.
It was just over $100 a night. To me, it was a steal. They have all the amenities you want. It's on its own island. You get, a 2-minute boat ride back and forth to get into town.
24 hours.
Yeah, it runs all day. And you get to, jump around. It's, from there up to the city is a $5, grab ride. So beautiful place to stay. Highly recommended if you're coming this direction and you don't want to sleep on the boat. And I would say, again, if you spent 2 nights in the hotel, 1 night on the boat, or 2 nights in the hotel and just do a day cruise, that's probably enough to see the area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what else did we do?
We walk around the city, especially the first day. Of course, having I don't know, for some reason, doesn't come to our brain to look in the map and see what was around, which, highly recommended.
A little more research would have been good.
Yeah, because we thought that the area we were staying, it was just the Halong Bay, and we were like, so where is the boats? And where is, more things to see? We walk around, we see a lot of condominiums and buildings that there are ready, but they're abandoned. So that was kind of shocking. Yeah.
So we walked around the southern end, which, again, lots of beautiful hotels are building an Intercontinental down there. It's going to be amazing. There are like thousands of units under construction. It's just not there yet. So it's a great place to go stay, but just know that if you're staying there, you need to grab that.
You need to go to the other side.
You need to take the ride north to get into the city. And the amazing thing is the rocks are like right there next to the city.
Next to the city.
So you can see them up close and personal without going out on a boat if you really want to. There's a beautiful park where we walked around, and then there's the cable car, et cetera, we mentioned, and going to Sun World. So, but I don't think I recommend staying downtown unless you're looking for more of the value and be really convenient. So you have to do the transport. But because transportation is so inexpensive here in Vietnam, spending a little more for a nice hotel and then paying a little bit of money for the transportation wasn't a bad choice. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you like to walk around to see the city or see different parts of the city, I mean, that was a really good area just to walk.
Yeah. And it's completely flat along the waterfront for miles.
Exactly.
So what do we recommend? Well, it depends on who you are. If you are a cruiser, if you love cruises, do the 2 nights, do all the activities, have the time of your life, spend a little bit extra to stay in the nicer boats. If you can, the differences are noticeable. You're less likely to be hanging out with people who are just there to drink and party, unless that's what you want.
Yeah.
Now, if you aren't into all the kayaking and swimming.
Yeah. I think for the kayaking and swimming, I highly recommend to go in the boat. And I mean, I don't know how many different areas or different rocks where the water is more clear and have more to see in the water is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. But if you aren't into the kayaking and swimming, probably do the 1 night. Or maybe just a day cruise and just spend more time on the boat looking at the scenery and enjoying the activity on the boat. But if you are into the kayaking and swimming, the day cruise is good because you can get that activity. But really, Cat Ba Island is probably got a real sweet spot for you because it's all about the activities. It's not about the luxury at all. There are some nice places to stay. Not saying that, but it's not. You're not on a boat. You're not on a cruise ship. You're not going on day boats. And then if you want to do lower costs, and I would say the day cruise gets you all the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many value hotels, very nice ones from the local boutiques, hostels if you're into hostels, some of the chain hotels
Yeah.
in the city.
All depends what you're looking for and what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't, the hotels.com, the Google reviews, all those things, look at them carefully. You can find, a lot of really nice hotels in the $30 to $50, $55 a night range. You can find really nice chain hotels or, high-end boutique hotels. Maybe they don't have all the amenities, but they're, $50 and $60 and $70 a night. And then of course you have your resorts, the high-end stuff, which is going to be that $100 and up, but it's not up a lot. We were really blown away by the value that we got out of them in Pearl. So again, if you're coming to Vietnam or even Southeast Asia, highly recommend putting Halong Bay near the top of your list to go see.
Yes.
I would skip Hanoi to go to Halong Bay, truthfully.
But if you love the water, the sun, and the beach, Halong Bay is your place.
Yeah. Plus the UNESCO World Heritage beautiful site cruise thing.
Yes.
Pretty awesome too.
It's an amazing experience.
So enjoy your travels. If you have any questions, comments, please put them in below. If you could like and subscribe, we'd appreciate it.
Yes. And thank you for watching.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.